Hey, it's the Spark Madness podcast. Ooh, doing music. Whoa, this is special.
I love it.
We're having
Hey,
fun.
I'm Matt. That's Aaron.
Hey, hold on. I got so many buttons this week.
Okay.
Hey, how you doing?
There's Aaron. And
Hey, I'm the
over here.
I'm the Ramadame, the can of Spame. Nobody remembers that line?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, fine. You guys are fun.
Off to a thrilling start, and that's been in the perfect Mario cosplay.
Beautiful. Authentic.
Yeah. And we've got an awesome special guest today, Tyler Brett. How's it going, Ty?
Well,
Good,
the music,
good.
I thought I turned it off.
How do you say his name?
Brett Knocker?
Yeah.
Ty
Yeah,
Brett Knocker?
Brett Knocker.
I got it right.
Brett Knocker, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, there you
good.
Yeah.
Would you
Welcome.
would you correct me if I got it wrong?
Oh, totally. Okay.
You just started
I'm a
attacking
very
me.
proud man, yeah.
Okay, so today we are. Are we doing any of the other updates? Do you have those graphics, Aaron? I didn't.
You
ask
didn't
before.
send me any.
Okay, forget it. We're really on the ball. No, but today we're doing.
It's going to be one of those podcasts.
This is going to be a ridiculous podcast.
is gonna be great.
And we have like
So excited.
more than one person watching, so this could be great.
For free?
We are doing the podcast that if you're a patron on our Patreon page and you pay a certain level, you get to vote on one of the movies we do each month. And we threw this one in here, and Amadeus was going to win up until I want to
was the
say
last minute.
our last minute plea last week is what pushed this movie over the top because people heard our
Please vote for
Yeah.
Mario Brothers.
yeah. And I have not seen this movie before this. So we have a lot to talk about.
Okay.
I'm ready this week, all right? Don't even front.
All right. So before we get into it, we have I don't know how we want to do this. This is 1993.
Yes.
Before we get into spoiling it, how would you describe what this movie is?
It's the first
about?
direct adaptation of any video game movie or any video game. Like you had Tron before, but that's not based on any one particular game. You know what I mean?
In the last Starfighter, they made a game from it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
This is the first. Yeah. This is the first video game movie that.
It was a big
featured
deal.
A video game character.
It was the flagship of the Mario Cinematic Universe.
Oh man, it started everything.
right. And it ended everything.
I'm waiting for Wario Ragnarok soon. Yeah. The Bob Hoskins arc.
You telling me he looks like me? Oh my god, I would watch that.
I don't feel so good, Luigi. Okay, let's just talk about the movie.
Mr. Stark.
I think so.
Get on with it. I'm sorry.
I can see a future state. I'm going to Doctor Strange it in the future where at about the 15-minute mark, we're going to go off the rails. I just know because I know Ben. Actually, Ty, I'd never met you before coming in here. One of the first things you said was, Ben's kind of a lot. And that is
kind of a
absolutely
lot.
going to be the case for this podcast. You fiend!
In a good way.
Oh no, the mustache is
So
failing.
Ben, just keep in mind,
It's a hawk.
you're gonna get your chance, okay? You'll get your chance. Just hold out for a little bit. Let's talk about the movie first,
Let's talk about the matter at hand.
guys. I hated this movie.
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna say I really didn't like it, and I don't want to dwell on it. I want to let you, because given our audience tonight, I want everybody to tell me why I should like this movie more. Than
I don't know
should.
if anybody else is going to like it, but I will make no bones about it. I love this movie. So
What about you
much.
guys? What about you?
I love it. It's fantastic.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of the same line.
we
When
got
did
a,
you
we got
guys-
a bro in the house.
When did you watch it for the first time? Because obviously I'm 30 years old watching it. And somebody reminded me on Twitter that this is the 26-year anniversary this month of this movie. So when did you guys see this for the first time? Ty, how about you?
Conception.
Is
You were
that
there. You were there in the
is that a
writer's
Christopher
room.
Nolan
Yeah,
movie
yeah.
I don't know about or
Conception.
No, last night was the first time.
what?
Really?
Yeah. Mhm.
Really?
I had never seen this movie before.
Oh.
Incredible.
Yeah, it came out before I was born.
So it's not nostalgia glasses.
He's a young.
Oh, you're a youngin'. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We're getting that millennial.
I already like this guy.
What about Ben? I'm sure you saw it.
I
Like,
probably saw it. I think I saw it in VHS when it came out.
okay.
Yeah.
As did
What
I.
about-
I did not see it in theaters.
I don't think anybody did.
No, I don't know. I never saw trailers for
Well,
it.
I did. I remember seeing trailers for it, but 2 weeks later, Jurassic Park came out.
Yeah, that was
That's
the problem.
what I was excited about.
That was a big problem.
It's a tough thing to go
Yeah.
up against.
Funny you
yeah.
mentioned the trailer because in the background there, the trailer is playing. Some people went and commissioned a 4K scan of the original theatrical trailer, and I got my hands on it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was beautiful to look at.
I watched this in segments on YouTube.
What, Matt?
Well, that's probably why you didn't like it.
No, it was pretty. It was pretty.
it was the one.
of it.
Yeah, it was the resolution that made him hate
Yeah,
it.
that was really it.
You missed the cadence.
Yeah.
The
Whereas
director had a specific vision.
And it was
whereas-
not in 144p.
this will prompt some impress. But somebody said that I find the Super Mario movie is like the Citizen Kane of infamous video game movies.
Official
It is,
PSA SD.
It is.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah. Well, so where would you start if you were gonna like explain because this isn't I don't perceive this as a. When I watched this and left it, it was this is not Mario. This isn't Mario to me. They went in like a different realistic direction.
It
But
is
Hobbs-
Mario.
There's Bob Homs in it. And,
No,
there's
Matt.
Bullet Bill's bar somewhere. And if you look, there says Bullet Bill's.
Yeah, and it says stuff like thwomp.
Thwomp.
Yeah, thwomp.
It's clearly a Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah, I got the thwomp sound.
I
You
got
like that?
I got the little ref. I got some of the references at least, but
It's not even the references. Hold on a second. This movie hits every Mario staple. Koopa, yes, Koopa, kidnaps the princess and the plumbers save her. That's Mario.
Yeah, and you know what? He wasn't called Bowser. Well, he was called Bowser in the manual.
King of the Koopa.
Bowser, King of the Koopa. And they call him Koopa.
Well, the manual is half the time not even true.
That's true. When did she become Princess Peach?
It was always Peach in Japan.
Oh, really?
I didn't play
Because she was
games.
Princess Toadstool.
Yeah, we changed it to something stupid.
I see. I didn't know that. But it's not even Princess Toadstool. It's Daisy.
Well, yeah, because they wanted the love interest to be for Luigi.
yeah, was Daisy in the Game Boy?
Yes, she was on Super Mario Land. And you know people would have been upset if Luigi got with Princess Peach.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
They did the right thing.
Maybe this is a better prompt than it's coming from another person commenting. Is the it is Mario viewed through the lens of boomers in the '90s with a cyberpunk styling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's
right.
the Blade Runner
Yeah.
of Mario movies.
I'm gonna be honest.
It is, and you know what's funny about it? You can
ahead.
be honest. Hold your honest. The guy who created the sets for Blade Runner created the sets
Oh
for
my
these.
God, I didn't know that.
He did. That's awesome. He did. Yeah, he did.
Speaking of mind
bad.
explosions, did you know
It's too
that the
bad.
narrator in the beginning of the movie is Dan Castellaneta?
What?
Really?
Yeah. So the meteorite struck the Earth, whacked the dinosaurs. Things got pretty hot. It got too hot, like when Mama puts too much red pepper on the pizza pie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why was that there?
Because the producers want it.
I know. I don't hate it.
Watching like different like documentaries about this is more interesting than the movie.
So hold on to that because a lot of people are talking about the like deleted scenes, but just
Deleted
there's
scenes.
deleted
Just
scenes.
like-
Deleted scenes.
I
Yeah.
know there's got to be a
That's the
few
director's
because
cut.
do you
the
guys
one when they ride Yoshi.
do you guys remember the scene in the Devo chamber? Suddenly there's like slime on the ground. They must have de-evolved someone into primordial ooze.
Oh,
That must have got cut.
foreshadowing.
Yeah,
Koopa
that would have been
becoming
nice to
Yes.
keep in
Yeah.
there. But
Koopa.
So Ty, as somebody who just watched this, just like me, I was pretty much out of the movie within 20 minutes. That's when I stopped writing notes and was like, "This isn't what I wanted."
Oh
For
my
you, you
God.
loved it.
Yeah.
It sounds like. Why did you love it?
You know, it's a movie about fundamental truths. You know, it's a movie about believing. It's a movie about the power of music, specifically polka, which I believe in. You know,
yeah.
very heavily.
and you know what? Here
Yes.
on the Spark of Madness, we like to point it out. It's about the environment.
right?
Yes.
That too.
Obviously.
Trust the fungus.
Yeah.
We're all from fungus.
Yes. Trust the fungus.
We'll get into it later, but I want to talk about how much I like the fungus idea.
I-
But yeah, later.
The only thing I found like truly uncomfortable at the movie was their secret handshake. I thought was really weird.
What are they even saying?
It was force. Because Mario's saying one thing, Luigi's saying another.
well, they change it every time.
Are you
They use
guys-
different vowels.
You're kidding me, right? This is the one thing about the movie that we're going to cover.
The only
is
issue,
handshake.
Yes, the rest
All
is
right.
perfect.
Fair
We're
enough.
moving
It's not
on.
It's a gem, man. It's a gem.
Fair enough. All right.
Diamond in the rough.
Well,
Send him a gold, Matt.
What else did you like? What else stands out to you? Like if someone's going to walk up the street, if someone's going to walk up the street and be like, Super Mario Brothers, go. Why do you love it so much?
Set
What would you
design.
say?
Because even though it's not Super Mario Brothers, I actually like the concept.
Yes, I do too.
I really do.
It's very creative.
It's not really Super Mario Brothers, but I actually enjoy this version of Super Mario Brothers.
Like the interdimensional, like go to somewhere.
yeah, and the costume
it's
designs, like the
okay.
design of the Goombas. Like, there's some really cool stuff. That's
Goomba's
dark,
voiced by
you know?
what's his name, Frank Welker. Yep.
Yeah, the diamond in the rough.
There you go,
Yeah,
tied
he's-
together.
Yeah, there you go.
And teasing for next week.
Yeah.
Oh baby,
Oh,
we're doing Aladdin. No, the set design, Matt. That's what brought me in.
the concept. It's a cool Like, there's some interesting concepts.
I mean, you bring.
Oh, come on.
It's like
It was
1991,
competent, yeah.
and you bring these guys into a room and say, "You're going to make a movie based on the Mario Brothers."
Some of the humor was funny. Some of it, like the back stuff.
Like what?
Excuse me.
Repeat it back
Sure.
to me.
Okay,
I'll
tell
see
you
if it's
I'll
funny.
tell you exactly. It was funny when Luigi, they're looking for jobs.
Stick
They
it to
haven't
him,
got
Ben.
any jobs.
All right.
And they go on the phone. He goes on the phone to call that job. We need all kinds of plumbers. All these plumbers. And he doesn't listen to them because he's in love with Daisy. It's like the perfect situation.
Any
when they need
jobs,
a produ-
Luigi? No.
No. It's like, we need all the plumbers in the world. That was a funny
Pretty
little
good.
thing.
Pretty
like,
good.
little things like that were funny.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It wasn't like, it was,
I laughed really hard just after that moment when Luigi's talking to Daisy, and he's like, "Hey, what's up?" And she's like, "I have some problems, but," and he's like, "We've got a van." She's like, "It's nice, yeah."
What my brother's trying to say is we would love to give you a ride.
I also laughed when like Bob Hoskin comes in like at the very end, like, you should kiss her. Like, and maybe I should just mind my own business. And he slowly
just like
Kool-Aid's
this.
out.
And
Homer Simpson's.
and who can forget the lovely line when Lena's blasted into the wall and Luigi says she leaves an impression?
Oh no.
That's a Matt line. Come on.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Remember the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes cartoon?
Oh my God.
There's a cartoon actually.
I remember it,
I've
but I
seen
didn't
it.
watch it.
There was this meteor that hit the ground, and the girl goes, "That meteor made a huge impression." He goes, "Yeah, and also made a big hole in the ground."
That's a Three Stooges joke.
I love that. I love that.
Oh my
crowd.
God, I gotta call this out. Anime Kid 9000 has one of my favorite lines written down. Everybody's got tap water. Come on, Matt.
Come on, man.
Matt.
Please clap.
Yeah, I'm gonna redirect because somebody brought up Big Bertha and something that was,
She's one of my favorite parts of the
she is.
movie.
Yes.
they
Big
say
Bertha.
that she freaked him out. So
What?
I'm with you, Shinraku. I like.
Yeah.
There are so many things about this. So one of my bigger complaints is actually was the set design and the tone and everything about it. That it felt like
Perfect?
It felt like I went into it and they set it up, and given the characters and the story that they were starting with, I wanted it to be like Nickelodeon fun special, like Goofy, and then it became like
Dark.
like
Pretty adult.
it was like watching the parents from a Nickelodeon show go into a cyberpunk world. It's like, no, that's not what I want. I want the kids to go and like take over. Like, instead, I'm watching this Bob Hoskins
You know,
with a mustache.
That's why I like
bump
it.
around
Yeah.
and
If I
stuff.
may,
It's like, no,
no, Matt. If
He's
I
just
may,
like, hey, bird breath. Like,
Dude,
no,
yeah.
Matt.
you're a 50-year-old man.
Matt,
what are you doing?
If it was the opposite, you would have complained about it like it was an Ernest movie where the kids are on the screen too much.
Yeah.
I wanted this movie to be a little more adult.
Yeah.
Look, we are going into the podcast awards with submitting our Ernest episode where I candidly said how much I loved that movie.
It's true. It's true.
So,
I'm gonna give you. I'll retract my statement.
all right.
So speaking of Big Bertha,
Not that you're incorrect.
Based
though.
on the
I
fish
probably
enemy.
would be wrong.
well, speaking of
but
Big
yeah.
Bertha, before we leave that topic,
Yeah, big important topic.
yes, Big Bertha. She was the big fish in Mario Brothers 3.
She
that
tries to eat you?
That's who
Yeah.
she was
I
supposed to
didn't
be.
get that. I
well,
didn't
you-
catch
I
that.
got
you
it.
were a
Makes
child of the
sense.
80s, but
That makes
Hey,
sense.
there was
Ben,
there
I
was
got it.
I know you did.
Thank you.
There was a song. There's a music for Big Bertha's level when you're going underwater. It goes da 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 da. When we were little, and my brother played that level in Mario Brothers 3, we made up words for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and she would spit like little fish at you.
Yeah. How'd it go?
Don't you dare spit your brats out at me. If you do, I will smack you.
The lyrics are very variable, but it had a certain tone. Like it had a theme.
They're
certain
better. We had
charm.
them worked down.
Yeah.
It's been
Yeah.
30 years.
Awesome. What did you guys think of the performances in the movie?
I thought the performances.
I thought they were good.
They were good. It just
Hammy,
that's
but
what-
good.
What they were working with.
Ty's shaking his head, so I.
Dennis Hopper knocked it out of the park.
I'm gonna
Come on.
ask you to like explain the head shake.
I just feel like Toad was underutilized as a
A
character.
well,
Musically, I think he came in strong at the beginning.
You
and they
really wanted
didn't
a,
let him- yeah.
he did have that really important scene at the end with the steamed vegetables.
Yeah.
When he sets on fire and he's like, oh, and he
Yeah.
throws the. That's funny. Come on.
And I did laugh at them dancing. That was
Yeah,
funny.
That's
come on,
so
in the
funny.
elevator.
That was
Yeah.
funny.
the elevator scene, and then they bring it
Because
back
those-
later.
Yeah.
Goomba, the Goombas are dancing again.
I mean, like,
I hated it.
And that's
I
what
hated
turns
it.
the tides in the climax.
Matt,
They turn the
Everybody
music
likes to
on.
dance to music.
Matt. This is a
Matt.
This is a bad movie. We all know it's a bad movie. Like, we know it's a bad movie.
We'll
Nice.
get
But we
to
loved
we'll
it.
get to the so bad it's good ranking. Yeah.
It's a very bad movie.
No, wait. I don't think it's a very bad movie.
I'm hearing
It's-
the need for a Star Is Born with Toad, like a duet throughout this movie. They always like gave him that harmonica too. On
Brothers
his,
from another dimension.
I will say that was the if I'm gonna give it the strongest part of the movie for me was the practical effects person
Absolutely.
and costuming
Yeah.
person, like by far.
And some good digital effects back in the
Yeah,
day.
some
This is
really good
before
ones.
Jurassic Park.
that sweeping
2 weeks
CG
before.
shot of the city.
Well, the face.
Good?
The face.
Good?
The face,
Yes.
The face transmit
For
formation was pretty
1993,
good.
it was
that was
good.
pretty cool.
That was cool. You're right. That one scene was good.
And then and them going to the portal was a cool effect.
No, I hated
They,
that.
they
I hated
kind of
that.
did destroy the Twin Towers, though.
They
That
did.
They didn't
That was
destroy
like a-
them. They
Yeah.
turned them in. Well,
Yeah, they
let's
did.
not talk about that.
But who could perceive that?
Who could have told?
It was
People are
me,
turning-
Mario.
people are-
I destroyed the building.
We got somebody saying a comment that, fun fact, most of the actors were interested in this film because of the more serious tone of the script.
So I gotta say,
It did not come across as serious
Well,
at any point.
Well, here's the history.
What?
Here's history that I found out. The original script was really good, actually. It was more serious in tone, but through the production hell of hiring different producers, different directors, and different stuff, they changed it so much that it was just that's what the cause of this major problem was. Too many hands, changing it, and become this whatever this is. It was just but the original idea was going to be more dark.
'Twas Weinstein
Yeah.
ruined the movie.
Mario Bros was an inside job. Yeah.
Well, the two
Hashtag Mario 2.
the two directing, they said the directors were really bad. But really bad to work with. They were actually not bad directors.
They're-
just
they
really
seem
bad-
like good directors. They're probably just divas.
But they
really prefer Donkey Kong.
they were
Raku says Mario Brothers was an inside job.
they were husband and wife team,
Yeah.
and
Oh.
Bob Hoskin is quoted as saying, "What's your worst thing you ever did in your life?" Mario. Like, Mario. Everybody hated this movie, and they got drunk during the movie.
They were drinking
Yeah.
scotch on set all
Yeah.
the time.
And like there were real strippers in the dance sequence at the end.
I don't know if
of
the
a Mario Brothers movie.
Okay, I take those kind of quotes with a grain of salt because if the movie had done well, they would have been like, "Oh yeah, I love working on it."
No, he
Yeah.
broke his hand working on it because of the van ride. There was a lot of problems, Bob Hoskin. But where I'm going with this is because of these directors and this whole mess of a movie that happened.
beautiful
They
mess.
haven't made a movie since.
Oh,
no one. They've been
no.
kind of blackballed.
How
Good.
could this have happened?
No one. Yeah,
Fair.
no one's doing
Fair
it.
fair
So,
choice.
yeah.
Look at the resume.
Yeah.
But the original script is actually they said was pretty good.
I believe it.
And Bob Hoskins signed on not even know who Mario Brothers were. He just liked the script.
Nice. He just liked the script.
Yeah.
Well,
And then, so the story goes is when they came to show up, It was a completely different script, and they're like, "What? We didn't sign up for this," and they kept changing it as they go. It was kind of like an Alien 3 situation.
Oh.
And Alien 3 is still
Great.
pretty good.
Yeah. So the fact this movie got made
Amazing.
and had some sense of competency is pure magic. Seriously,
It's a quaint little
out of
film,
all
Matt.
the things that go along in a movie, especially like bad movies that are not produced really well and handled well, the fact that it got made,
The fact that it got made and got finished,
yeah.
incredible.
And when I was a little kid, I hated this movie. I hated it
I didn't hate it, but I like it more
because
now.
exactly like I like it more now as an adult, but as a kid, I hated it because it wasn't Mario.
So before we segue over,
Okay.
because we all know where this is going tonight. Maybe Ty doesn't.
No,
that's
I
why I'm
really
gonna.
don't.
He has
That's
no
why I'm
idea
gonna
what he's
start.
in
You
for.
don't
I
know.
really don't.
You really don't. Aaron and I have heard what's about to happen about 500 times. But
no.
you're about to hear. But before we get to that, Ty, if you were going to make a Mario Brothers movie,
Like a sequel or just another in
sequel
the Mario
remake,
Cinematic
if you
Universe?
were going to like, what would
In the
you
MCU.
do? Like, first off, is this movie perfect?
No movie's perfect.
I'm gonna ask. Well,
Is the
let him
movie-
speak for himself.
Is the movie perfect? No.
Okay.
It's hard to outdo
There's
the
a
Godfather.
bad continuity error, or not continuity error, but logic error or whatever, when Mario drives the car off and he says the car doesn't have brakes, but then later in the movie another car does have brakes. Do
Like-
the cop cars just not
That's
have
a
brakes?
stretch.
It's those little things that
they were off,
destroy
right,
the movie.
They were off the grid,
That and the
so it didn't have
handshake.
brakes when it's off the grid. And
Ben, you're killing the mic. I
Jon
can't even
Snow
turn
is
it
really the
down.
real king.
They did a lot of they spent a lot of money on sparks. That's what I'm gonna say about this movie.
Hey,
It's like-
fits up our alley.
There's a lot of sparks. Yes.
So in that universe, when they were making the cars, they were just like, I mean, they spark, but they go forward. So we're just done designing it. That's
No.
that's how all cars are now.
That's how you do set design. Make it
propellant.
spark.
all the cars just spark.
So what are the handful of things, or maybe even just one thing? What is something that you think could have been better about this movie, or that you would have done differently?
I think they needed to make a decision to go gritty or go super funny.
Totally.
And
I
they should
totally
have just
agree
picked
with
a
you.
direction and gone one way or the other. And then also, I really just think it's weird not having Peach in the movie. I thought that was just like
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Like, why are we doing Daisy? I mean, I get that Luigi needed the love interest and this and that, but
It was
I don't know.
important.
Yeah.
I thought it was weird.
I
Important
thought that was
stuff.
weird too when I was a little kid.
Also, Yoshi was not as cuddly as he is in the games.
No, but he did have his little frog tongue at the end.
And later he opens like a doorknob, like just rips it open because he's a raptor. Because Ben,
Clever girl.
How about no?
How about them Marios?
We'll save yours for a second because yours is irrelevant. Aaron, how would you remake this movie?
I wouldn't remake this movie. I like it fine as is. If I was to do a Mario Brothers movie, I don't know that I would. I don't find the concept very compelling. You know, that's why this movie works for me, because they ran with it. They did their own thing.
Ben, what
In,
about
in
you?
the same vein that I don't think a Legend of Zelda movie or something would work. It's better as a video game.
It's almost like a video game movie will almost always disappoint.
Unless it's Silent Hill.
Pikachu. No,
my
that's what we did last week.
That was the best Nintendo movie. Detective
It was,
Pikachu.
yeah, the best to date. And
Yeah, it's the second one.
That's not Mario
Right.
have you
Brothers.
seen it, Ty? Have you seen
What?
Detective Pikachu?
No, I haven't yet.
Okay, probably
That's kind
don't.
of why we're doing this.
Probably don't. Yeah, it's
Probably
video.
don't.
It's video games.
According to Anime Kid 9000, Daisy Head is a tomboy in the Japanese character manual.
I mean, that's
Fun facts.
helpful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
critical.
Was she Catholic?
Did she went to NYU in the manual
She's
too.
from Brooklyn, you know.
It's specific the entire time.
Catholic?
Yeah, and
Was she
she's
raised by nuns?
an NYU archaeologist.
She totally has a scene where she tries to pass it off as like a quirky, kind of like fun. Look at me, I'm different kind of thing. It's like
I'm not
no,
like the
it's-
other girls.
It's a job.
Nothing weird about paleontology, Daisy.
So Ben, I know you don't have any thoughts about how to remake the movie or anything. So, I guess do we have any do you have anything else to say? Or
I would have to say, hold on, I've got a lot of stuff written down here. I got a lot of notes. The Devo, they had a lot of little set design things that I really loved. like the Devo guns are in Super Nintendo Super Scopes painted over.
Yeah.
Whenever they're like using TVs, they have a Nintendo Zapper type gun to operate them. Little details like that really makes it for me.
Question: why didn't they just continue to evolve everyone to like the maximum evolution they could possibly have?
Because it overthrew Koopa, as we
Right,
saw.
you got to keep control.
Remember?
Why didn't Koopa evolve himself then?
Because he probably did.
Have you ever considered that you should punch
Then
yourself
why
in the
wouldn't-
face, Matt?
He's probably too vain.
Why
probably
wouldn't
thinks
he
he's-
evolve everyone to like 90% of himself?
Because they'll still overthrow him.
That's going to be your linchpin of an argument.
No, I'm just like
Here's the-
they made a
here's-
whole sequence of the movie of him evolving people
Well, here-
because they're too friggin' stupid.
Well,
like,
here's-
why didn't he make them smarter?
It has limits.
Here's the real question, Matt. Why
Why?
wasn't the Duck Hunt dog in it?
I was about to say, why didn't Donald Duck wear pants?
Yeah,
saying
up
it for
until this
years.
point, it was perfect. But that
Yeah.
scene, it was stupid.
Yeah. So there's nowhere. This movie could not be better. There's no better visualization of it. So should we
in
just
my
finish
view,
the show?
it should
or-
be unchanged.
No.
Should we finish the show, Aaron? You think, or
No. I think we should continue. Ben might have something to say. You want me to do a Zoom on you, or
Yes.
I'm
No,
so
I
sorry,
won't do it.
Ty. I'm so sorry for
I'm-
what's about to.
All right.
I'm nervous.
When I was a little kid and this came out, listen, I love Mario. Clearly.
do you?
I
Am
do.
I in the splash zone?
You're gonna get some wash.
Bring out the watermelon! Where's my sweatshirt? All right. So when I was a little kid and this came out, I did not like this movie at all. As an adult and grown on, I mean, to be the entity what it is, I enjoy. But it's still a terrible representation of Mario Brothers. Even though I love this movie. And, you know, it has some charm to it. So I vowed that someday I'll make a Mario Brothers movie myself. And I had an idea. So formulate.
Would you like a pad of paper?
I would like you to show the audience
Oh
of
crap!
my vision.
I don't have those.
You didn't put them up.
I
I gave them to you.
If you give me a minute, I can get them.
All right. So this is
Vamp.
This is my.
Put on polka, quick, dance.
Keep talking. Keep talking.
So my vision of the Mario Brothers movie should be this. You ever seen the movie Kung Fu Hustle? Anybody seen the movie Kung Fu Hustle?
Yes, it's very good.
Absolutely.
Okay. Very action packed, but self-aware and actually hilarious.
Somehow it
Designed really
comes
well.
off as like serious because everyone buys in, but it's all part of the joke.
It's all part
You
of the
know,
joke. Yeah,
it-
it's like so self-aware, but it's so serious at the same time. It's cartoony but cool at the same time.
Yeah.
A combination of that, plus like visually, you know, the Labyrinth. I love like Jim Henson's Labyrinth, where there's a lot of practical like puppets and stuff, and a very a different world, and adventure like as The Hobbit. So you have this really big adventure movie because that's what to me is the essence of Mario Brothers movie. This is how I would start out the movie. I start out with well, first of all, I start out with this.
You tell me when you want the pictures.
I'll show you in a minute.
Thanks,
I'd
buddy.
start out with this. You get the original game for the first movie. So it's just epic, long, like wide-angle shot, really super close-up. Everything's beautiful and pristine. And you have the 2001 Space Odyssey theme.
Of course.
Playing. Dun,
Blue Danube.
dun,
Wait, no, wrong one.
Dun, 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 and it's getting pulled out in this huge shot. And you see it sliding into the Nintendo, the NES itself. And then it dun dun dun.
And then someone comes in
dun.
and like blows on it and like smacks it in.
Matt,
Sorry, keep
shut up! Shut up, Matt!
This is his moment.
That was part of the moment, you jerk.
Oh, what?
Yes!
I'm so sorry.
So,
I thought it was just kidding. Oh, man.
Matt, you ruined it. You shut the hell up when I'm telling a story.
Just keep
All right, but so it goes in, he presses it, and it doesn't work. And it's like this, deadbeat. And then it's a wide shot of this, not as dramatic shot of a guy sitting in front of it. Puts it in, and then it's the movie.
That's great.
The TV starts, and and then the opening credits come in, and then you go.
I'm
into
in. I'm in, obviously.
That's the beginning.
All right.
Which is nothing to do with the movie. It's just that stupid, funny part. But then you go to the movie itself.
Mine always works
it
'cause
shows
I
the
take
big-
It's better
Care of
than
it.
Dan Castellaneta.
Yeah, it is. So the movie starts with the credit scene montage scene of the Mario Brothers plumber, Super Mario Brothers Plumbing. That's what it is, and with their logo on the truck, that they're getting jobs, and it's just their whole story trying to find jobs or whatever. And they get the worst jobs, and finally get a big break on construction of a new building in Brooklyn, and. There's a running joke is like, why are we Super Mario Brothers plumber? Because they're really actual. Because this one's like the joke is like Mario and Luigi Mario.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, which wasn't very good in my opinion.
Loved
But
it.
but their last name is some ridiculously made up Italian last name that's so long that they say I can't use that as as our.
It's not
plumbing
good
service.
marketing.
It's not good marketing. It's like it's a Mario. Why can't it be Luigi? No. Mario Brothers, so that's part of the joke itself.
Keep it
too.
simple.
Keep it simple. So they get a big break working on this construction, doing the plumbing for this new building. But they have to work at nights because during the day, the construction workers are working on the main thing. Anyway, so what happens is you see this dimensional.
It turns out to be the Death Star.
Yes,
You're gonna get yelled at if you keep talking.
that's
Ty.
no egg. So what happens is, yeah, what happens is like. Somehow the pipes are really actually some of the older pipes are warp pipes, and out comes a pipe like a really cool version of Donkey Kong comes out, and I forget how I have it down, but like eventually steals Luigi's girlfriend,
Daisy.
maybe Daisy. We'll make her Daisy. It was Luigi
Tulip.
Yeah, sure, Tulip. Whoever it was. I forget.
Tulip.
Her girlfriend, she was going to visit him. And they have to go face him. So this is basically the first appearance of Mario Brothers in the construction site where they have to fight Donkey Kong in the original Donkey Kong version of Mario.
Oh,
so that's
all right.
So
All right, you got me.
So there's that.
Should it be Pauline?
Pauline? It's got to be Pauline, who's going to be Luigi's girlfriend. That's how I'm writing the script.
right.
I know stuff.
See, so they go in, they get sucked in, and they realize they're in another world. You know what I mean? And they're still wearing their overalls and stuff. And they're in the Mushroom Kingdom. And then Princess Toadstool, Peach is.
Give me the feel. Give me the feel because I just watched a movie where
Hold
they
on.
got. Hold on, I just want to set the scene though. We just watched a movie where they got sucked into cyberpunk ridiculousness. Tell me the look and feel of the Mushroom Kingdom, because if it's going to be cyberpunk again,
No, it's Labyrinth. It's gonna
I'm
be
out.
It's gonna be like Labyrinth.
Okay.
It's gonna be like a different world.
Kind of high
whimsical.
fantasy.
yeah,
Alice in
more
Wonderland.
fantasy. Okay,
You know what I mean?
All right.
Like, kind of like that kind of world. That's the real. Like that's very Hobbit.
What time of day does it feel like most of the time?
Not night.
Thank you. All right.
This is not the Batman.
Very different types of day.
All right. All right.
Lots of lighting.
All right. You still have me. Keep
So
going.
anyway, so they're in this magical world, and they end up in the Mushroom Kingdom, and they find out who took Pauline, and it was Donkey Kong, but Donkey Kong has been controlled by Bowser. You know what I mean? Because Bowser, and then there's a little backstory about Bowser that they tell visually of who he is. And you don't really see him, but you see him. But he was once a simple Koopa, which the Koopas are the little turtles in Mario Brothers.
Yeah, yeah.
That.
Don't insult our guest, Ben.
I know that wanted power, right? He wanted power, and he practiced ancient magic, but it transformed him into a wizard because he is a wizard in the manual, and
The manual is.
but then
gospel.
he wanted to control all the Mushroom Kingdom and all the different realms because the Koopas were kind of peaceful, but now he controlled all that army, and then he controlled the neighboring Goombas, and. Did they transform the mushroom people into Goombas? I forget. Anyway,
He turned them into.
there was another
Goombas.
mushroom species that were Goombas too.
Okay.
This whole army trying to take it, and he sent.
I hope the
He's-
backstory part's kind of.
Well, yeah, it is. It's just hard to tell.
Yeah.
Early stages.
The fact that you're thinking of it from like a source, but is great though.
Yeah, okay.
It's a video game. Let's move on.
So Bowser sent controlled Donkey Kong to get Princess Peach, but end up going into their realm, stealing Pauline, thinking it's Princess Peach.
Ah,
You know what I mean?
yes.
So that was kind of thing. So now the Mario Brothers got to figure something out, but to save Pauline, but Koopa does stage an attack because they're the guests of the Mushroom Kingdom right now, and they're being served stuff, and like they're getting served mushrooms and stuff. And like that's disgusting. I don't want to eat this stuff. So they never eat this stuff yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Which
cool.
is kind of a cool
Yeah,
thing. They're like,
yeah,
I don't want to
yeah,
eat this
yeah.
stuff. It's gross. You know, like I don't like mushrooms on my pizza. You know, like
I prefer broccoli.
and there could be a joke like, "Are you guys cannibals?" You know, because they're mushrooms eating mushrooms. Okay, first of all, Toad. It has to be
this first of all?
Yeah, well, because Toad's in this too. Toad's in there too, and Toad has to be Danny DeVito. Toad has to be Danny DeVito, who was originally considered being a Mario.
I don't think there's any debate about that.
So
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
fine.
Mario, you know, like just like, what is this? A mushroom? Like there's some funny stuff.
I don't think I need a song and dance Bradley Cooper Toad. I think I need a Danny DeVito Toad.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
You're right.
Bradley Cooper, so overused.
So they attacks with his warships,
Especially in Toad movies.
and like they steal Princess Toadstool. Now it's just Mario and Luigi left to save Pauline and to save the princess. And there's so they go out on the adventure. You know, they have to now. And the mushroom people prepare them, kind of like a Wizard of Oz kind of feel, you know. And they go out into the wilderness.
I'm seeing that too. Yeah.
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 And so you don't realize until later that part of the things is because they're humanoids, when they eat like some of the stuff there or touch some of the stuff, they get like a Superman reaction.
It's like
to
super. Yeah. Yeah.
or a
you
John
get like a
Carter from all
different world type of power.
and
up.
so it gives them powers that the people don't get.
Yeah.
So there's certain things. So when they get superpowers with mushrooms and flower power, so they don't realize that until later, which you can kind of sprinkle in. But so the first episode, they go out.
First episode.
Or first movie. First movie.
So how many movies are there?
There's one.
That's Duck Hunt.
There's two. And there's three.
Do they all start the same way, just getting progressively more like irate at smacking the game?
That'd be
Yeah.
funny.
The guy's like
Yeah.
older and older.
That'd be funny. Yeah. That'd be funny. That'd be funny.
Is this like a Toy Story situation?
You can have a funny. You can have a funny thing with that. Anyway, so what happened? Okay, then
Shut up. Let me get on with it.
So I got the first movie kind of filled out, but then they go into the wilderness, but Mario and Luigi get separated. Mario gets stuck in the swamp, and Luigi gets trapped in a mansion. You know, Luigi's mansion. Mario's missing, but somehow they reunite and they go fight Bowser, King of the Koopas, and they beat him and they get the princess back, and they think everything's well until you pull back and you realize Mario never left the swamp. He's sleeping in a giant frog monster. Wart from Mario Brothers 2 is sucking the essence out of him, getting him stuck in his dreamland. And then the sequel is he's creating a doppelganger for Mario, which is Wario. Yeah. And then the third one, they find Koopa, and then they find Yoshi. Just to save time, that's kind of the idea I want to do.
So Ty,
Just the
Wrong
elevator
sound
pitch.
effect.
so Ty,
I got to write it out.
as our guest, we brought you on to see if you want to be an initial investor in Ben's movie.
We've got a Kickstarter.
I actually invested all my money recently in Oofa Loofah, so I can't actually invest in a
Now we
Mario
have to
movie.
make it. Now we have to
Never
make
got
it.
to have Oompa Loofahs.
I know, and Aaron's already out because he's.
Oh,
all
I
in on-
remember
he
Oofa
paid for
Loofahs from our
Sonic.
discussion
Yeah.
after the show last week.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oompa Loofahs.
Oh my god.
Sounds like we got to make it.
Get them
No,
for
yeah.
you.
You know, I have a sound clip for playing after
$2
that
of
after
the
that long
price
description.
of two.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, here it is.
1990. Spaghetti. Ravioli.
That's from Mario 64.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
So, do you picture 30 years from now some punk kid making the prequels to your Mario movies and ruining the entire thing?
Putting in like a political backstory.
You know
and-
Ever,
Mar.
ever since Batman Begins, I can always reboot it.
it set the precedent. They got a case.
I don't even know where to go from here now.
But I think it's a good idea.
what are we talking about? Super Mario Brothers.
Who would you
Yeah.
cast in my Mario Brothers movie?
I think Danny DeVito in every role.
No. So,
Especially the female
so I
leads.
think Danny
Yeah.
DeVito has to be.
Hey, help me!
Have you seen my tiara?
I was in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
That's a little bit of trivia for you, youngins.
I was originally going to be Mario, but Bob Hoskins took my jobs.
what would you cast? What would you guys cast?
So I think
I've thought a lot about this.
Sacha Baron Cohen should be Luigi.
I am 100%
Yeah.
behind that.
I could get behind that.
I don't know who my Mario is because I like Jack Black, but I don't like Jack Black. But I think Jack Black would be a perfect in Wario. I think Jack Black morphing into Wario.
Let him have this kind of
You know that after
side
the producers,
character that really nails
But
it.
there's got to be a good
Yeah.
Mario. I don't know who my Mario brother is.
Ben, when the producers get done with your movie, Wario is going to be a CG character.
They're all going to be CG.
Oh, yeah.
But I would like to have real prosthetics.
Lots of hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, who do you think would be a good Mario in my Mario Brothers movie?
Bob Hoskins.
Emily Blunt would be a good princess.
No, she'd be a good Mario. Is it too late to cast Idris Elba as Mario?
Yes.
Yeah,
Please.
probably.
I wouldn't mind that. You know.
What about
I'm going to kill you, Koopa.
what?
Yeah, but give him the full reign to do a British accent instead
Yeah.
of an Italian one.
Like Bob Hoskins'
Yeah.
real British accent.
Can we get Bradley Cooper for Mario?
No.
Lady Gaga is Peach. Yeah.
Lady Gaga would be
Can we
Daisy.
take this seriously?
Okay. Matthew McConaughey Mario.
all right.
Thank you for your support.
He's like doing that booger thing. Mamma mia.
Mamma mia.
I drive a cart.
Beautiful.
That's great. All right. Well,
Maybe
Last thoughts,
Sam
Matt?
Elliott can be the old king.
You know that plumber can jump, right?
The plumber abides.
It's a marathon sarsaparilla.
Let's move on to last thoughts, Matt.
yeah.
We've
Last
been running
thoughts.
long.
You guys give your last thoughts. I'll save mine for my rating a little
Okay.
bit. But like, is there anything we haven't talked about the actual movie?
I would like
we're
to
talking about
point
a
out
movie.
how
Yeah,
awesome
we're
the
talking about a
score
real
is.
thing.
The score is pretty good. Alan Silvestri.
And the soundtrack available from Something Records. It has such classics from Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, Queen, Megadeth, Joe Satriani and the Divinals. It's got it all. That's all.
You know what they should have
beat it.
had? It was what's his name? The Valbano. What's his name?
Lou Albano?
He should have been a cameo in this.
Yeah, that would have been good.
That would have been great. He was Mario. He was the original Mario brother.
Live action Mario
Live
Brother.
action Mario brother. In the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. Do you remember that?
And he curses at Luigi in the first episode.
That's hilarious. Mario, swing your arms from side to side.
Come on, it's time to go do the Mario.
Also, the score would just be
Oh, I
the
see
themes.
that.
The themes would be the score for my movie.
Yeah.
Why would you write something different?
Because Alan Silvestri's talented.
I had the same thought at the end of the Detective Pikachu movie in the credits when they did like that riff off of the like video game music. Just use that. Just use that most of the time, or like to punctuate scenes in the actual movie. Don't save it for the credits. Like I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Just like I hope for Marvel when they do the X-Men, you know what theme you should just use that theme.
It's a good theme.
Ty, last thoughts on the movie?
I laughed a lot. It was a lot of fun. My cousin had never seen it too. He sat down. He's like, I'm only going to get 10 minutes into this and walk out. But he finished the whole thing too. So we had a great time with it. I mean,
10 out of
for
10,
as
it was
bad
okay.
as it is, it's like a
So
good
you
time.
have a lot of like household issues, right?
How much were you drinking?
Oh, I feel so bad for the people watching. All right, let's rate the movie.
All right.
Let's rate this specific. I'm going to ask you for 2 ratings. Actually, I'm sorry, Ty, that I'm going to pivot a little bit.
Pivot.
What would you give the movie as just objectively? Like if you were comparing it to every other movie.
Oh, come on.
But then I also want to hear, because we've done this before. We used to do a lot of watch-alongs
Right.
where we did intentionally bad movies.
This
I
could
want
be a good watch-along.
I want to hear what you think of like it's a so bad it's good rating. Like you acknowledge it's so bad. Okay, so if you're going to give it out of 10, that you still enjoyed it in spite of it, what would you give it? So
Okay.
2 numbers. Okay?
So a Kung Pao rating.
Yeah,
So the
let's start with go ahead, Ben. You go first.
So the first rating, an actual movie compared to every other movie, a 2. Yeah. A 2.
Oh my God, that's rough.
But compared to how bad it's good and I really enjoy it, definitely a 6 or a 7. Like, seriously.
I'm gonna go next, and
All
then
right.
we'll go to Aaron
All
and
right.
then Ty. I'm so glad you said 2. It makes me seem less like a shithead.
Uh-oh.
I'm giving it a. I'm giving it a 1.
It's a bad movie.
Giving it a 1. Giving it a 1. And I told people in advance I was giving it like, yeah.
I can't believe you.
The only reason it is a 1 is because of what I said. The score is great. The score is good. It's a good score, and the practical effects stuff I really liked. Everything else I did not like at all. But where I differ from you is on a so bad it's good rating. I don't know how much different I would give it. I don't know if I would give it higher. It's in the like 2-3 range.
Matt,
like,
can we
I
kick
did-
you off the show you started?
Yes. This could be it. Just
It could be
exile
after
me.
the show, too.
Just yeah. Later.
Two episodes-
This is the
2
end.
episodes
yeah.
later.
Let's
Spark
go.
of Madness canceled after rating Mario Brothers too high.
Aaron,
Yes.
Creative differences.
what would you give it?
If I was to be a film snob, I would give this movie a solid 4. Not for everybody, but definitely worth watching if you're a film enthusiast. If nothing else, for,
Just for the
like
art
the
of it.
history and the art. But as far as how much I enjoy it,
You know what I thought was artistic was when they made the like rocket boots
oh yeah, the
for
stompers.
no reason.
No reason. That's how they super jump.
They put bullet bills in there.
Yeah, more
Did you get-
references.
Did you get that?
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
The-
Okay.
That Bob
go
Allen
ahead.
was a really cheap toy that just put
I think-
eyeballs on.
I think in
It's
some
just-
of the newer video games, they actually have the movie suits with the stompers as like alternate costumes.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anywho,
A lot of elevator play in this movie. What would you give it on a so fun like?
I don't even consider it so bad. It's good.
Yeah, you're in the 4 range, so
Yeah, as far as how much I enjoyed it, I will watch this movie any day of the week. I would give it an 8.
wow.
I'd watch it any day of the week, too.
Okay.
It's so fun.
All right.
I had a stupid grin on my face the entire time I watched
Right.
it.
Me
Yeah.
too. Me too.
I hadn't seen it in years either.
All right. Ty, do you agree with my
Do you have the
co-host?
correct opinion?
Actually, yeah, the number in my head was 4 too. I thought that was I mean, it's like, of course, it's not a great movie, but it's a lot of fun. And then so bad it's good score.
I don't have the Curb Your Enthusiasm music right now, but
Yeah, you
imagine
need-
it's playing.
We need to add that.
Zoom in
to the
on
board.
Matt.
Yeah.
Sadly, I can't zoom on that camera. Anyway, movie's perfect.
Yeah,
Let's move on.
right.
I don't even know what to say. All right. Well,
I even have the sound effect when you do a bad thing in the game with the camera in Mario 64.
that's this movie.
Do you
in a
have?
nutshell.
Do you have? Could you show my movie posters before you go?
Right. I forgot. Let's pull those up.
Let me. So while you
Keep
bring this
talking,
up,
Matt.
I'm actually gonna say, Ben, having I didn't. This is the first time I saw the movie, and you've been talking about your movie idea for a long time.
Yeah.
We've known each other for a while.
Yeah.
There's one. Let me full screen
You've
that.
shown me. You've talked to me about your idea. You brought it up on that like Rampage show we did that one time with for Game Sharks. I'm gonna say, like, going into this movie, I had higher expectations because of your idea.
Oh,
And comparatively,
tainted, eh?
comparatively, it's not even close. Like, your idea is just so far and I'm saying this like authentically. I'm not just saying this. It is such a that's why I was peppering you with questions like, what's the tone? What day like what time of day is it? Like, there are so many things
It's
that I think they
adventure.
could have done better that are reflective in your description you just
Yeah.
said.
Yeah,
And so like, that's the movie I want to see.
Yeah, that's the movie I want to see.
I don't want to see Super Mario Brothers 1993 ever again.
No.
It was horrible.
Yeah. But thank you, Matt. I'm in a rock and a hard place. But show me. These are my concept paintings. By the way.
That's the movie poster. I already
Yeah,
had the other
that was
one up.
first, yeah.
Let's see.
And then I did like a concept painting for a scene. There you go.
Is that Bowser?
It's King Koopa. It is Bowser. Sorry. So that's my. This is a concept. This is kind of the idea. Like that would. I think people would like that. And it's very self-aware of what it is.
You mean it's slightly goofy?
I would
Oh,
love
yeah.
to rate that movie, not the one we just
Well,
watched.
someday I'll make it. Someday.
Yep.
Someday you'll make it someday?
Someday.
Do they mostly come out at night mostly?
Mostly.
Okay.
So next week,
We're doing Aliens.
Aliens versus Aladdin. No, we are doing Aladdin.
We're doing
Next week we're doing new Aladdin versus old Aladdin.
Yep.
Except
What kind of contest is
it
that?
won't be really a contest. I
No,
don't think,
but
we'll see.
It's
Well,
more
we're
like a
gonna-
comparative analysis.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we're going to talk about the old one anyway. So
Yeah,
Next week
it's
is an
inevitable.
Aladdin extravaganza, and then after that is Godzilla.
oh yeah,
And then
Gojira.
we're going to be at PopCon Indianapolis, and so
Yes.
if you're in Indiana, you should absolutely come to that.
You should come
'cause
see
we're
us.
doing a lot of super fun stuff.
We'll
that
talk
entire
to you
weekend.
and stuff, and we can like high five.
And or if you love Super Mario Brothers and you want to punch me in the face,
You
You
can
can do
punch him
that.
for $1.
that's right.
no, $10.
10. Yeah.
You gotta incentivize.
End the show. End the show. Yeah. Anyway, thanks Ty for coming on. We
Yeah,
really
thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
This
Thank
is
you,
awesome.
guys.
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So much fun. I loved it.
Yeah. Until
And
next
thanks
week.
to all the people in the chat. Anime Kid 9000, you tore it up, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. so are you going to play us out with the Mario Game Over?
No, but I'll show you what I'll play us out with.
Okay.
Here we go.
Goodbye, everybody.
Dum